Hello, I'm Tom Weeks. I'm a letter carrier and the developer of Klusterbox. Welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to talk about the PDF converter. Okay, the PDF converter is in the reader's menu, and you go down, and there it is, PDF converter right there. So now, the PDF converter is kind of an intermediate step between the automatic data entry to get to the automatic data entry if you don't have the right kind of information. What you need for automatic data entry is the employee everything report. All right. So the automatic data entry uses the employee everything report for a full service week. In the .csv format. It's not that much. It's not that complicated. In tax, a supervisor can generate the employee everything report in 3 different formats. They can generate it in the HTML format, in CSV format, or in the PDF format. So if you just ask your supervisor, hey, can I get the employee everything report for the service week in the CSV format? They can give it to you. I usually would ask for the PDF format and the CSV format, and I would say, hey, if you could just give it to me in both formats, then I'm not going to take that much steward's time to conduct the investigation because I can do it in 5 minutes with Klusterbox. But if they don't, if they give you the choice, they say you can only have the employee everything report in one format. Pick the PDF format and then use the PDF converter to make a CSV formatted employee everything report. So let me give you some caveats here. Well, first let me show you what in case you're unfamiliar, let me show you what the employee everything report in the PDF format looks like. It looks like this. This is an example from one of the NALC's guides on employee everything reports. And you can tell this is a fake carrier because his employee ID number is 012345667. So it's probably fake. But anyway, so that's what it looks like. And there, depending on your station, there could be 100 pages of that, 200 pages of that, 300 pages of that. So let me talk about the PDF converter. Actually, let's just run it. Go to PDF converter. So this opens the file dialog. You navigate to where you keep your employee everything report, and then you click on it and open. And you get this window saying this process will take several minutes. Do you want to proceed? That's because it takes a long time. So start the process. And this is your opportunity to get up and go, I don't know, make a pizza or have dinner with your family or something like that, or whatever you want to do, because this takes a long time. You can see the pages at the bottom and how long it takes to process a page. And then after this, there's going to be another progress bar, which goes a lot faster. But anyway, the PDF converter is the buggiest part of Klusterbox. I mean, it's very complicated, and it was difficult for me to do, but I got something that works most of the time. So, and I've had a lot of people tell me that it works for their stations, and I've converted a lot of files, and there are a lot of problems that come up, but I'm slowly working through the bugs. So if you find a bug, if for some reason it doesn't generate, let me know, and I'll try to work with you to get it working. Having said that, I'm just going to pause this and let it run its course, and I'll come back in a second here. Okay, this process is about to wrap up, and by this time, here's the other progress bar right here. Okay, by this time your CPU fan should be humming, because there's a lot of computing processes going on there. So just let this other progress bar finish out. So this is the actual part where it translates the PDF to the CSV. This is where the bugs happen, actually. So get through that progress bar, you're golden. So you should get this message here. Klusterbox PDF Converter. PDF conversion is complete. The file name is EE200104W _ kbpc.csv. Okay, so what it does is it adds underscore kbpc CSV to the back of whatever file you gave it. So it changes the file name. And what that means is Klusterbox. What that means is Klusterbox PDF Converter. So I had to name it something, so that's what it is. So now when you go to when you want to do automatic data entry, you have to pick a file. You go to where that is, and you'll see that file right there. And that's how and then you click on that, and you're off to the races with your automatic data entry. And I'll cover the automatic data entry in another video. So there aren't too many settings for the PDF converter. There's this page here, but this is pretty much a page that I use for debugging things. You can turn on this error report and this raw output report, and you can kind of see what files get created, and probably stay away from this read from text file. Actually, you can initiate it, but you kind of have to know what you're doing, and I'm probably the only person in the world who understands that, because it's so technical and specific to this program. So, but those are the options you have, but either it works or it doesn't. Most of the time it's going to work, and I'm getting better about ironing out the bugs. But if you have the option, always try and get the, in addition to getting the PDF in the Employee Everything report in the PDF format, always try to get it from management in the CSV format. Just because every Employee Everything report, every CSV file that I've gotten straight out of tax has worked. I mean, I've never had any problem with it. So if you can get that CSV format formatted file out of tax, you're going to have a successful automatic data entry experience. Otherwise, you've got the PDF converter, and well, it should work, but let me know if it doesn't. All right, and that's everything for the PDF converter. Thanks.